approved in a large scale, but one can be hopeful of that it will come through. Not everybody's blood will not work. It is only those who have recovered COVID-19 who will work. And it is interesting to note that the Jamaat has actually offered to help. If the plasma will be useful, they have offered to help for that. But it is curious that the media has not picked up their offer to help, or announced that they are actually making use of it, though they are. So this is an interesting phenomena in this. Okay. Okay. Which other question would you direct me to? Among the things I did not cover was the problems with the great scarcity that you have in protective equipment. Less than 1% of the requirements are there, and a lot of people who are not on COVID-19 duty are getting infected, so on. The remdesivir drug, even when it came, people were saying it was tried in Ebola, it didn't work. Whenever a new disease comes, they try it on it. Everybody gets hopeful, but it doesn't work. I don't know. I mean, it's not something that has been very promising. Gilead is also have something that has used for it, but it has not worked on that. These are just repurposing drugs that were invented for other purposes, or where they have not necessarily worked. So you can't have too much hopes on these drugs. They are anything is worth trying out. But it does look from the latest review else that there's nothing within easy reach immediately. I would be a bit worried about people who say they have come up with a medicine 2 days back. You can't come up with a medicine just like that. It has to have a background, it has to have trials, it has to have a plausibility on why you're saying that's a candidate. The WHO has gone through this and has declared 4 drugs as candidate drugs, maybe 5, and hydroxychloroquine, which they said doesn't look like a candidate drug, but because of popular demand, we are testing it. They have ordered a multi-country trial called Solidarity. They are coordinating that trial with an understanding which whatever works will be shared. And this trial is ongoing now. And we can expect some results by the end of this month or the middle of next month, by which we will know whether these repurposed drugs, any one of them has potential or not.
So, all right, we can close it because all questions has been over. Dr. John, can you say the vote of thanks and close the meeting? DRG. Jam, are you online?
I've just got back.
Yeah, okay. So can we close the session? He has completed all the questions.
Well then, one last question for Sundar.
Yes.
Well, you painted a very bleak future.
Did it come out like that?
No.
Just painted a public health future. It's not a bleak future. You don't need to be worried about the disease.
Yeah.
So
you thought we should
abandon a conquest of the disease in that term, but it's not a bleak future that I am saying. It's a realistic portrayal, but the disease
in the sense
of amenable to control.
Yes.
It's in the sense of you're not going to get a zero disease. You have to go through. some amount of infection, but it's at a reasonable level. It will continue to fester for some time and then fade away.
Yeah. And so that there is some hope
Okay.
for a new normal,
I
that
see that it looks bleak.
there is some hope for a new normal
Yes,
that may come
Jan.
up a little longer than we expected.
Hello.
Uh, yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Can you hear me, Sundar?
Yes, he is still connected. Maybe he's asking the question.
Jam has got disconnected. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I lost sound. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so let's thank Sundar for this wonderful lecture. And
Oh, okay. So let me elaborate a bit, giving some time to Jam to come back.
yeah,
I'm not saying that we have a panicky situation. The first thing I would say is if any one of us gets infected, we should remember that there is a 95% plus chance of getting all right. And that itself should be a matter of great confidence. And for most of the people who get serious, they can be also rescued. In fact, I've told people that I'm much more worried about the way isolation and quarantine and stigma is going on. So, something that the science movement should do in a major way and take up as a challenge is to actually counter stigma. This is something that we need to do, other than the economic and the human consequences of the lockdown. This is something that we need to do. But I think sometimes I'm much more worried about these consequences than the disease itself. Um, and the, but that is not to deny the existence of the pandemic.
great. I think. Can you people hear me?
Yes, Jam.
Okay.
Hello?
So, yeah, I think that was a much needed
I'm not able to
explanation. Thank
hear
you
you.
very much.
Okay.
Um,
Yes, I
well,
can hear now.
okay. Yeah. So, I think that seems like a good note to end the lecture on. So, let's thank Dr. Sundaraman for this wonderful presentation, and we'll continue the conversation. And one thing before we close, I should mention is that these popular science lecture series, this particular series started a couple of years ago, but this set of popular science lectures by Tamil Nadu Science Forum, um, Sundaraman was one of the early initiators of this kind of things. So it's very appropriate that he's here and participating in this. So we'll continue our weekly discussions. So please keep in touch. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Jam.